Dear students, welcome to our science episodes. Today we are going to discuss erosion of ozone layer and global warming. Ozone layer. What do you know about the ozone layer? It is located in the lower part of the stratosphere. From the last episodes, we know that the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere contains the ozone layer. But why in the lower part? It's in the lower part because it is the first layer with suitable amount of oxygen gas and meets ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun. The ozone layer is 20 to 40 kilometers above the sea level. And it is composed of 3 oxygen atoms. The ultraviolet rays of the sun breaks down the bond between the oxygen atoms in an oxygen molecule, separating them into 2 oxygen atoms. Then one oxygen atom, like this, will react with an oxygen molecule composed of 2 oxygen atoms, giving the ozone gas. The atmospheric pressure and air temperature in stratosphere are less than those at the sea level. We know that whenever we go up above the sea level, whenever the altitude increases, the atmospheric pressure and the air temperature decrease. So therefore, in stratosphere, they are less than those at the sea level. And this allows the spread of ozone gas with 20 kilometer thickness. 20 kilometer thickness of the ozone layer. What is the Dobson? Dobson is a scientist who assumed that the thickness of the ozone layer is 3 millimeter only under normal pressure and 0 degree Celsius temperature, a condition known as standard temperature and pressure. He assumed that the natural amount of ozone equals 300 Dobson and the 1 millimeter equal 100 Dobson. So 300 Dobson equals to 3 millimeter. These are the ultraviolet rays that come from the sun. We have 3 types of ultraviolet rays, different in wavelength and range of ozone layer penetration. This is ultraviolet A. The wavelength is from 315 to 400 nanometer, and all the rays reach the earth. I mean that all the rays will penetrate the ozone layer. Ultraviolet B, it's 95% harmful, and only a small part can penetrate the ozone layer. 95% do not penetrate. Ultraviolet C, with wavelength 100 to 280 nanometer, they are harmful rays, and 100% of these rays do not penetrate the ozone layer. So these rays, the ultraviolet C, do not reach the earth. Therefore, we can conclude that the ozone layer acts as a protective shield against the effect of harmful ultraviolet rays. 100% of ultraviolet A penetrate the ozone layer. It's very useful for humans and living organisms. It helps in producing vitamin D in the human body. Did you hear that ozone layer is being eroded? Yes. In 1978, scientists noticed erosion of the ozone layer above the South Pole, something known as ozone hole. This ozone hole increases in September each year. The color degree of ozone changes from year to year according to level of pollutants. We agreed before that the normal degree of ozone is at 300 Dobson. So this means that this is normal ozone. What about this purple area? This denotes erosion of ozone layer. And here the ozone is less than 300 Dobson, maybe 200 or less. Let's see how to calculate the percentage of ozone erosion in a certain area. The degree of the erosion is equal to the normal degree of ozone, which is 300, minus the degree of the ozone in this area. And the percentage of the ozone erosion equal the degree of erosion in the area divided by the normal degree of ozone times 100. Let's see an example. If I'm asking you to calculate the percentage of ozone erosion, if the degree of the ozone in this area is 150 Dobson. According to the rule, degree of erosion equal normal degree of ozone minus the degree of ozone in this area. So equal to 300 minus 150, which is equal to 150 Dobson. Now we can calculate the percentage of ozone erosion by dividing the degree of erosion in this area, which is 150, divided by the normal degree of the ozone, which is 300, times 100. So the degree of erosion here is 50%. Pollutants of ozone layer. Chlorofluorocarbon compounds. Chlorofluorocarbon compounds are commercially known as Freon, a cooling substance used in air conditioning sets, a propellant substance in aerosols, an inflating substance in baking, foam baking, and a solvent substance for cleaning electric circuits slides. This substance is highly pollutant for the ozone layer. Methyl bromide. It's a chemical substance used as insecticide to preserve stored agriculture crops. Halogens. Do you remember halogens? We study in the periodic table. They are used in fire extinguishing. Nitrogen oxides. And they are produced from the burning of fuel of ultrasound airplanes, the Concorde. These type of airplanes are obsolete now. They are not used anymore. Let's solve some questions about this lesson. Fill in the blanks. The degree of ozone is measured in Dobson. The ozone layer is found in which layer of atmosphere, and its thickness is? Of course, it is in the stratosphere, and its thickness is 20 kilometers. What are considered to be ozone pollutants? Chlorofluorocarbon, known as Freon, methyl bromide, halogens, and nitrogen oxides. All these chemical substances are ozone pollutants. Now, try to write the scientific name. It results from combination of free oxygen atom with an oxygen molecule, ozone molecule, or erosion of the ozone layer above the South Pole, the ozone hole. Now write the correct number. Normal degree of ozone, 300 Dobson. Number of oxygen atoms in the ozone molecule, 3. Dear students, thank you for watching. See you later in other science episodes.